Hello students, my name is Salim Akbar from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Karnataka Law Society's Vishwanath Deshpande Institute of Technology, Blair. The subject here is Computer Graphics Laboratory with Mini Project 17 CSL 68 and experiment number is 6. The problem statement here is program using OpenGL functions to draw a simple shaded scene consisting of a teapot on a table. Define suitably the position and properties of light source along with the properties of the surfaces of the solid objects used in the scene. So this is CL2 and BL3. That is Bloom's taxonomy 3 and CLO is 2 course learning objective. So the course learning objective here is to understand how real-world lighting conditions are approximated by OpenGL, to understand how to render objects by defining light source, material, and lighting model properties. Description here is implement a testbed for experimenting with the local illumination models. Store an image that contains for each pixel its visible surfaces index into a table of material properties. The surface normal, the distance from the viewer, and the distance from the normalized vector to one or more light sources. Allow the user to modify the illumination equation, the intensity and the color of the lights, and the surface properties. Each time a change is made, render the surface, show the effect of diffuse, specular, and ambient illumination. Your renderer should support constant Gouraud and form shading model also. So here we see the algorithm at a high level. Recognize the objects in the problem domain and their components. Teapot, that's the object, table and tabletop and 4 legs, that will be under table. Walls, left wall, right wall and floor. So that is in step 1 we will be identifying the objects teapot, table and walls. So let's see the output. You'll get an idea about this. So here you see the output. This is left wall, this is a right wall, and here you find the floor, and here you have a table, tabletop and 4 legs and teapot. So this is the output that we need to generate it. So step number 2, if the depth test is not used, ensure that the background is drawn first. Enable lighting first, since lighting is applied at the time objects are drawn. Draw the objects algorithm at a low level, that is main function. Initialize for display, mode, window. Enable lighting, shading, depth test. Register display and callback function. Define viewport appropriately. Call main loop. Display function, define material properties and define lighting properties. Set the camera by the projection parameters. Camera parameters, plan the required center position for each of the components. Draw each component using translation, scaling, rotation as required. So before we see, we'll have what are the basic transformations. As here also we find in the wall, we find the basic transformation, translation and scaling and rotation, we find it in most of the objects drawing, we'll find it. So before we go through this, so let's see the basic transformations. So GL scale FT, where you can take up a floating point or a double value also you can take up. So scaling factors, yes, scaling for Sx, Sy, Sz, these are the scaling factors in X, Y, Z values. Take up the example 2.0 Sx minus 0.5 1.0 Sx Xy Z. So this is a scaling factor. So scaling transformations, the object can be scaled, okay, in this directions. Look at this, in the X direction and in the Y direction. x and y, negative y direction. So that is AGL scale. And basic rotation, if you see, so rotate an object in a counterclockwise direction about the vector xyz. For example, you are rotating 45-degree angle about z axis. So this is x equal to 0, y equal to 0, z is 1. So about z axis 45-degree angle you are rotating. So look at here, this is rotation. And translation you find here, so moving an object from one place to another. So you have a translation factors or parameter tx, dy, tz. Move an object by the given x, y, z values. Okay. So here you find an object is to be moved from one place to the another place, that is translated. Right? So these are the basic transformations. So let's see the program gl/glut.h, stdio.h, stdlib.h. So here we have a wall function and table leg function and table function also, and here we have display solid function, and here we have a main function. So we'll start with the main function glut init, and this is used to initialize the graphics glut library, and glut display mode function to set the display mode with a single buffering, and RGB color buffer is set, and depth buffer is set. That means the display mode you are setting. Initialize the window size, that is window size you are setting it by 500 by 500. Init window position, setting the window position to 0 by 0. Create a window by create window glut create window function, and glut display function, so call the callback function display solid. So display solid function, here it is available. Here you are setting the different types of materials you are setting it. Here you have a different arrays: ambient array, diffuse array, and specular, and shininess or shineness. So 4 different values for you are setting it for the display. 0.7f and 0.7f floating point, 0.7f, these are for the x and yz. It means these are the values for the, say, for RGBA pattern it will be following RGB are green, red, blue, green, and one is alpha value, that is 1.0, that is we use it for opaque or transparency, we use it. So in a similar way we use for diffuse and for specular. So what are these? Let's see the different types of lights and the materials. So let's have an idea about this. So lights and materials. Light and matter, basically here you see, from a physical perspective a surface can either emit light by self emission as a light bulb, reflect light from other sources that illuminate it. So here you see the illumination surfaces, and here we have the interaction between light and surfaces. We have specular, diffuse, and translucent. This is specular and this is diffusion surface, and here we have, say, this is translucent. Light sources, we have light can leave a surface through a self emission and reflection. What specifies a light source is position, direction, and intensity. Ambient light, what is ambient light? Light that are designed and positioned to provide uniform illumination throughout the room, let's say for example kitchens or classrooms. So such kinds of lights we call as ambient light. Point sources are nothing but diffuse. An ideal point source emits light equally in all directions. Is a point source emits light equally in all directions. To lit the surface, diffuse light is directional, we say. Spotlights are characterized by a narrow range of angles through which light is emitted. So material properties will take up 3 different reflections we find: ambient, diffuse, and specular. Again we have ambient reflection. The intensity of ambient light is the same at every point on the surface. Diffuse reflection, we find it a perfectly diffuse reflector scatters the light that it reflects equally in all directions. Specular reflection, only ambient and diffuse reflections result in shaded but dull, somewhat chalk-like surfaces. So this is just a brief idea about the light and material properties. Here we find ambient and diffuse and specular and shininess arrays we created. These are arrays for the materials to reflect the material properties and provide the appropriate values for them. Then GL material FV use the same front and back face. So here we are using front face and type of the material we are using ambient and a matte ambient. This value, this array we are using here it. And material GL material FE, we are using the face front. On the front it should be applied front of the object, front face of the object we can say, and diffusing light we are using it. For that, call the array matte diffuse. So material this array with these values we are using it. Similarly for the specular, for this we are calling the specular array, and for the shininess array. So these are actually we are using it for the materials. And the light we are using it for enabling light and the light source, we are using light intensity and light position. We use these values RGBA values, and one the last one corresponding to the alpha. And light FE and light FE function, we use the light 0 and light position. So same the hence I created arrays, these being the light sources we are using with these functions. These arrays we use it with the light FE functions, so that we enable a light and light source. Then matrix mode GL projection identity. So here we use GL ortho, we use this function to create a viewing volume to have the orthographic projections with these 6 parameters. With these appropriate values we use it. And then we use a glue lookat. So in many of the programs we have seen that glue lookat function takes at least 9 parameters. It takes 9 parameters. So viewer 0, viewer 1, viewer 2, that is a camera position, it will take it up. Then it will take up the XYZ values. Here we find here 0 0.0, 0.25 and 0 0.0. So these values indicated the origin, and the up value y values up y value being the set to 1, that's why its value is set to 1. It means up x, up y, up z. So these 9 parameters are for glue lookat. It means looking at the object from the camera position. And here GL color buffer bit and buffer depth buffer, we set it, we clear them, both the buffers, depth buffer and color buffer. Then push matrix, so GL push and pop matrix together we use it, and we include some set of statements in that and set of transformations. And then GL rotate, so rotating around, say we use it GL rotating an object around rotating object 90 degree around or about z axis. And what is this wall 0.02? So we are using actually the left wall, we call it a left wall, we call it. Okay, so here to create a left wall we use this function wall with, we provide a thickness for this 0.0 whatever we have used it. And between the GL push and pop matrix we call translated scale and glut solid cube. These three functions, there are commands we use it, where we use translated tx, ty, tz, and here scaled sx, sy, hz parameters we use it. And now we create a wall. So left wall we created using glut solid cube 1.0. You try using a different value for this, you find some changes in this program. Then left wall is created, then pop the matrix, then right wall will be created similarly, again calling the same function, right wall will be created as we have seen in this left wall and right wall. And the third time we are calling the rotate it 90 degree, that is in the negative direction about say x-axis. Then third time you call this wall function, where the third time calling means calling of a wall function create the floor that forms the floor of the scene, so that you are calling it. And next, yes, make use of these functions pop and push, translate it. Next, call the table function, which these values, pass these values 1 2 3 4 values you call it for the table top and table thickness. For that you need to call it. Here is a function available. Fine, tabletop width and say its top value and left value. These four parameters you are passing it. Yes, and now create a tabletop. So this is a function or a command which is used to create a tabletop. You are using it, and now internally you are creating or calling the table leg functions also. So for the table leg function, the left leg of the table you are using it and translate it to the appropriate position. Then table leg right you are calling it and translate it to appropriate position. Similarly table leg, that is third leg, and that fourth leg of the table you are creating and appropriately translating. So you create a table leg and translate. So translate and create here and call the table. So this is how you are creating the four different legs of the table. This way you are creating. Finally you are popping the matrix. So this is table function is called this way. Finally, just after calling the table function, just okay, push and pop matrix and just rotate it, and then just write the or call the function, that is a built-in function. Let the solid teapot function would be called with 0.08. Let's try changing this value also. We find to increase the size of the teapot, you can use 1.0 or 1.5 or zero point 0.5. You find some difference. Okay, then finally use glflush just to put the contents from the memory to the screen. Then finally come back from that display function, enable the lighting and lighting source, set up the environment so that the objects are visible. So use the different shading model, smooth shading model, depth test, hidden surface has to be removed. For that use depth test, and normalization has to be enabled. Set the viewport and call the main function again for the event processing. So let's see a demo of this. So here a program already I have just pasted, program number 6 basically. So just build it, rebuild it, already we have it up. So here you find number 1 succeeded, compilation is done successfully. Just run it, there are no errors. So here you will be finding the output of the program. So this way you find it. So this is left wall, this is right, and this floor, and this is the table and teapot. And just to test it, if you say if you comment any of the wall functions, that will not appear in the output. Just try giving that. For example, this is floor. I just comment this, so and just compile it once again, check it whether does it appear or not. So see, floor, this is not there. So similarly just try using this wall. If you don't want, you can just comment it and check it. So this way. So now I'll just remove it, just rebuild the solution. Succeeded, and then yes, this is how the output appears. Okay, but try changing things such as size of the tabletop and the size of the teapot and the thickness of the walls. Just try changing this, experiment with this, and get to know more about this. And if you get any doubts, you can ask me. Thank you very much.